What is going on? You are listening to TAGSPodcast, aka Talk About Gay Sex Podcast, celebrating 6 years of podcasting. I am your host, Steve V, alongside in Puerto Vallarta, Kodi, Maurice, Doggette. How the hell you doing?
Hello, darling. I'm in paradise, darling, with all the gays, darling.
We got here yesterday to Puerto Vallarta for Vacaya's 2023 Mexico Resort here in Puerto Vallarta. Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous. And we love it so much. We've already met so many different people here. What were your first thoughts? I mean, it was a long day of travel, to be honest.
Someone just spoke to us in the elevator and said, it's like, how's your second day of camp? And of course, that is the perfect analogy for it because it really just feels like gay summer camp and we're all grown-ass adults drinking liquor and having fun and partying, and it's just a great time. How about you? What are your first thoughts?
I love it. The property could not be more beautiful. It's in this lush area of Puerto Vallarta, but everybody has a beachside view in your room. So one of my favorite things when I'm in a place like this is first thing in the morning is just to, when I'm awake finally, is to go out to the balcony and just kind of like, meditative moment and take in the ocean and just like, I love it. It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And then I have my coffee and all that stuff. But yeah, so much fun. We went out last night. They had sort of a welcome party that was a lot of fun. We dressed up in, well, you lent me your Brooklyn tank top,
yes.
Even though I'm not. What was it called?
It was your Brooklyn tank top, but that you gave to me and that I lent back to you. So yeah, but it was great. It was a welcome party about show where you're from, basically, and it was just amazing. The people are also friendly. The Vacayans are also friendly. Everybody that is working here is amazing and so diverse too. So we've met all types of people already. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's a really good experience because it reminds me on the cruises I've been on for Vacaya, even though we're at land. Mm-hmm. But what they do is, like the cruise, there'll be the people that work on the boat all the time. So here at our hotel, they have the normal people that work there that are lovely, mm-hmm. But then they also round out with their crew, the Vacayan crew, and they could not be more lovelier. Everybody under the LGBTQ acronym is represented, which is really nice to see. And they are here to take care of each and every one of us. And they're like our camp counselors, if you will.
Really are. Oh my gosh. I had such crushes on my camp counselors back in the day too. And I kind of do now. So
yes, exactly. I want to talk about the red light district, Kodi, of course, and give a little tidbit. By the way, we're going to be live in Puerto Vallarta this Wednesday, November 1st, here at the Vacya Resort, and we're going to be live and in front of a studio audience.
I'm so excited and nervous and so excited because we're going to just live our best lives out there on the stage. We're going to be having that live studio audience experience that you cannot really recreate anywhere else, and I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, we've done a few of these, but it's been years. We used to do them at Rebar. Maybe you attended one back in the day.
Yeah, I was there.
And they were a lot of fun. Often what I think is going to be fun about this one is we've sort of reformulated the show to make it more of a live experience. And so, we've got some games and some other fun stuff. We're going to be talking to some of the people here and asking them about the red light district, which, by the way, I did make my way over there late last night just for some research purposes. I needed to go over there. And can I tell you, shout out to Jet of Jet's Adventures. We're going to try and get him on the show. First of all, Jet is...
Does it go vroom?
Jet is running the red light district when you go over, and you take a little tinder boat in the dark. So you have to kind of get your feet wet, get on this boat, and then it takes you out into the middle of it's a peninsula here, but it's still like the ocean. It's rough waters, and it's a 2-story red light district boat, complete with music, dark lighting. But honey, The boys were out. I had a lot of fun. That's all I'm going to say right now. More to come on Wednesday.
More to come. Because I had to do my own research because I didn't do research last night. I did go to sleep after the party. But that's my failing as a researcher. But I plan on doing my own research, and we're going to compare notes. Okay, darling?
Yes. And one of the things that we'll probably talk more on Wednesday is the rough waters, but makes for good rough sex.
Hey.
When you're bouncing up and down, like literally, and then you also are on, the guy you saw earlier in the morning that day, it's super fun. So I had a great time out there, and shout out to Jet of Jet's Adventures, who is running it when you get there. He's just really this beautiful specimen of a human being. That's all I got to say. So yeah.
Fabulous.
Absolutely. So, okay, well, we've got to get into some hot topics. And one of the topics that I was just looking at, a couple of hot topic stories. I know you're a fan of Kameron Michaels, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Kameron Michaels took himself off of social media for a while, and a lot of people were wondering why. And it turns out he just he came back to social media, and it said it's because of has been diagnosed with what's it called when you can't focus?
ADD?
ADD, thank you.
What you got right now?
Thank you.
You had a little
kerfuffle of a moment there. Brain
Did you
fart.
just catch the ADD right there?
Yes, I know. Well, truth be told, we were looking at our phones because I had a whole incident at the airport.
Oh, no.
Where I, believe it or not, guys, women, listening audience, I left my laptop in TSA checkpoint and my iPad too, which I just got. But more importantly, as you know, this show is my life. And I was just telling you, Kodi, that everything, and it was making the people that we found it. We recovered it. So
yes.
Good news. Friend of mine went and picked it up, but oh my gosh. And it was a combination of the fact that it was 6 a.m., getting out of bed with an hour's worth of sleep, and carrying this camera bag, which you see over behind my shoulder, is filled with every cable and camera and cord that you can imagine. And I just think and they needed to, of course, search the bag to make sure it was okay, and it was, but I think I just was out of sorts and stupidly left it behind.
No, it happens. Stop it. Because don't beat yourself up. I've told you several times you cannot beat yourself up about these types of things. No. It happens to everybody. You're a human being.
Yeah.
We need to focus on how to remedy the situation and move on from there. And we did that. We remedied the situation. And are in a good spot
learned
now.
A little something about myself that even in a stressful time, because of course I was like, wow, I have shows on there that still have to be uploaded. But then we let it go and had a nice evening out. Fun times on the red light district. That'll get your mind off of it. and here we're back to report on some good news. So happy about that. But back to Kameron and ADHD is what he's been diagnosed with. And he really wants to bring awareness to it. But in true Kameron Michaels fashion, and I love this title on Out, Drag Race's Kameron Michaels soft launches, this is hilarious, soft launches new mystery boyfriend. How do you soft launch your new beau? But I know what they mean. So what he did was he posted a happy anniversary. So apparently they've been together for a hot minute and put a little orange heart because they're at a pumpkin patch and put it over his new partner's face. But how hilarious is soft launching the announcement? Are you going to soft launch your next boyfriend to the world? I think that, and I know he didn't,
my baby.
He didn't say that, but he sort of did do that by putting the heart over his face. Do you think that the heart will come off and we'll get to know who this mystery man is? It is a little silly, but it's kind of iconic at the same time.
I think that he's living his life a little bit more privately now, because I know that when he was on Drag Race Live and he had that relationship and he was very open with that relationship on Drag Race Live, I feel like...
And that guy died, by the way, in a car crash.
I know.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yes.
And I think that maybe taught him some things about living a public life and having a public relationship. So I think that this soft launch.
So hilarious.
I couldn't even say it with a straight face.
Out.com's words, by the way.
Yeah. I think this soft launch is really a way for him to let everybody know what's going on with him, and also maintain some anonymity as far as his dating life is concerned.
Okay, but let's be honest about this too. He is definitely a LGBTQ plus celebrity,
yes,
if you will, but he's not at a level that, because if he was at a certain level, A-list, B-list, C-list, TMZ could have caught the picture of the boyfriend, and this little heart that we're looking at over the boyfriend's face the next picture on TMZ would be like, guys, here's what he really looks like. And so I just think it's kind of funny that I'm being a little discreet and soft launching. It's like, to me, I wouldn't even, if my boyfriend didn't want to be shown, then I wouldn't post anything. I don't think I would put and that's why I think they're kind of nudging it a little bit with the soft launch thing. I just think if you don't want, then I won't post anything until you either are ready, or if never, then I'll never post any pictures.
I hear
but
that.
I just think it's a little bit like, okay, Kameron, we see you coming back into social media and working the system. So yeah, it's just funny to me.
I hear that.
Staying on celebrity news, John Sibilly, who we adore, decided to kind of use Britney Spears. Britney Spears had a cover back in the day where she looked kind of Marilyn-esque, and she had this coy look on her face. And John Sibilly put a spin on the Britney Spears magazine cover and showed his beautiful booty with a sweater covering just a little bit of it. And this came out on Thursday. The Hacks actor shared a tribute to Spears' November 2003 cover for Esquire magazine. Sibilly used a similar sweater and a pair of white high heels, mimicking her cheeky sideways pose, and turned the headlines 70 Years of Women We Love into 70 Years of Gay Men We Love. So I think he's a good representation for this title, 70 Years of Gay Men We Love. But what do you think of this picture and that booty?
Come on, the woman in Johnny Sibilly. That's Britney's new book. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I live for this. I remember this cover like it was yesterday. It's so iconic.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes. And I am so happy that Johnny Sibilly is paying tribute to Britney, because she deserves all the tributes in the world. She's an icon, darling.
An icon, and I just think she's also in the headlines right now with her new memoir, so she's timely. I think John Sibilly has his hand on the pulse of everything right now. He's a really great representative for our community in general, and I think, like we talk a lot about music artists, Troye Sivan, Lil Nas X, Sam Smith, on and on. We've been talking about the representation we see in our pop culture that are transcending the acronym and really bleeding into the general ethosphere, I think is really amazing. And having him like that, and that sexy booty on there and that grin.
Oh yeah, he looks good.
Nodding to a 2003 cover, to an icon as well, is everything, kind of. It's just everything. And it's a time, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now to be sad about. And I just think we also need to take care of ourselves too, and find these little moments to celebrate.
I couldn't agree more. And this picture, I might print it out and put it in my boudoir, darling.
Okay.
I'm getting more and more things for my boudoir.
I love that. You love that word, and I love it too. And yes. Okay, well, we were going to talk about this the other day. Kim Kardashian has her Skims, and for the longest time, it was for women, and it was shapy underwear garments that would make you look sexy, but also shape your body to look good underneath your dress or whatever it is you're wearing. Well, now she just launched Skims for men. And while they're not necessarily shape shifters for the male body, they're sexy underwear. They actually look cute. I don't know that I'm going to necessarily pop $60 or whatever they are. And she has enough support, I think. But while I have looked at them, she partnered up with a lot of major NFL players and sports figures, and a lot of gay Twitter was thirsting over San Francisco 49er Nick Bosa, who's one of the models in there. Well, the 26-year-old defensive end, as one of the 3 stars of the first Skims men's campaign, well, he's kind of come under fire, actually, because his past has come up about some homophobic remarks he's made, as well as some other things. So a lot of his past, maybe not now, has come up about some now deleted IG posts where his friend used racist, sexually violent, and homophobic hashtags. And there's been some other...
and Nick liked them.
And he liked him.
Yes.
Yeah. Do we know for sure that... Oh, here's the other thing where the gays will not be happy about, because he's not once but twice said derogatory things about Beyonce.
Throw that
and
man in the
even
trash.
I know, I've said this before, I'm not Mr. Beyonce fan, but I know enough not to go after the Beehive and just at all. 2 rules of thumb. Do not go after, like, you will never win with the drag queen. And I don't want to, because I love my drag queens. Shout out to, who did we see?
Mama Tits.
Mama Tits.
Shout out to Mama Tits. They're amazing.
She's going to be performing Wednesday after our show. So
our show.
Yeah, we're going to go, which is going to be really kind.
We're going to go.
Busy, but apparently he has a thing against Beyonce and has said before that I don't see all the fuss and her album's trash, he said before. He's also been a Trump follower. And one person wrote, gays are thirsting over NFL star Nick Bosa in Kim K's new underwear ad. But let's not forget his homophobic past. And it brings up some really good points that, don't you think Kim K and the machine behind Kim Kardashian should have maybe done a little bit more research in today's day and age, when you know that brand is everything, and to align yourself with certain people could also mean the detriment to your brand if there's a past homophobic rant or some sort of thing like that? I mean, shouldn't she not have done her due diligence, or her people at least?
The internet is forever, and maybe Kim K should get some of these gays on her staff, because they will find out all of everybody's dirt, okay? Yeah. I am one of those gays. I am Internet Batman, and I can find anything. And so,
it's true, he can.
So I think that she really... I don't know. I'm side-eyeing her a little bit. She had Ivanka Trump at her birthday party.
You said that.
And that right there was a little bit iffy for me. And now this stuff with Bosa, whatever his name is, he's trash. I don't
her
know
ex-husband is...
Oh, my God. That man is trash, too.
Yeah.
The whole thing is trash. And it's just starting to smell right now. So yeah. I really think that this is something that we should all be watching out for, and we should all be side-eyeing Kim K and that whole group, and especially Nick Bosa, because he's homophobic. He's proven himself to be homophobic, racist, and not liking Beyonce. He said that he didn't like her being political in an interview, and in the next sentence he expressed his political views. So he's a hypocrite at that.
At the very least.
Yes. So he doesn't like the fact that Beyonce loves black people. That's what it is.
Yeah. So what does that tell you then?
And he's so racist.
Yeah.
Yes. And that he's homophobic, and that...
And it takes extra, and listen, we call out everybody. We're not just if it's a white man. Yeah. In this case it is,
Listen to our George Santos commentary.
George Santos, Roisin Murphy, yeah. I was a big fan of, still like her, and I don't think her level of putting her foot in her mouth is at this, but when, it did tarnish her album release of this current album, and now I don't really listen to it as much as maybe I would have. Mm-hmm. It's kind of gone down on I have my own personal top 10. Oh, it's rotating all the time. Honey, if you could get in this brain.
I know.
I've got the top 10 going, top 10 men.
I have the text messages to prove it. Okay.
And she's kind of fallen for me a little bit, just because I think her anti-trans quote-unquote comments have not been received well. And it's so unnecessary for some of these celebrities to make these commentaries about things they don't really know enough about. And like in your case, Nick Bosa, he's contradicting himself even. I don't think Roisin really knows enough about if children know if they are beta blockers and if they want to, transition or not. You don't know enough, and you don't know enough about the science to be up in arms and having such a anti voice on the internet like that. I think you should just, until you know a little bit more, you should just be silent and focus on your art.
I hear you. And to kind of piggyback on that, it shouldn't matter their perspective on a lot of these things, but once they say it, it really tarnishes how you feel. The fact that they are not as well versed or they carry some prejudices. It really, for me personally, it makes me feel like it just, like you said, it lowers them on my list as far as who they are and how I value them. So if they are not educated on trans issues, if they are racist, then or if they're
we don't need to know.
Then I don't. Not only do I not need to know, then it's going to make me unfortunately think less of them.
Yeah.
Because all of those things are, I hold them in high esteem, basically.
Yeah, and it reflects on the brand, and why are we going to want to run around and have our hot boy see us in Skims, and then they're going to be like, oh, you're wearing that?
Mm-hmm.
Nick Bassa, homophobic. Now I don't want to give you this dick. So we're going to lose dick off of potential dick.
Look at that. Oh, my God.
See how I brought it around?
I love this.
Yeah.
Back to gay sex. I love it.
Hey, guys, we got to get back to our margaritas and pool time. But we recorded a little bit of Showtime recently with Lincoln that didn't make the cut, but still really good stuff. And some of it's going to be about what we're wearing for Halloween. We also talk about Madonna. Lincoln and I, of course, love Madonna. And, of course, that House of Representatives, Matt Gaetz. You got to hear this story. So stick around. We've got more hot topics. There's actually a college athlete that is pleading guilty to threatening to kill Matt Gaetz over LGBTQ rights. And the college student in New Hampshire Thursday pleaded guilty in a federal court to threatening to kill Florida Rep Matt Gaetz in a voicemail earlier this year. The guy's name is Alan Poehler. He's 24. He admitted to investigators he left the voicemail in the early morning hours of March 29th following a night of drinking and watching TikTok videos. Well, the DOJ announced in a statement the freshman student athlete pleaded guilty to a single count of transmitting in interstate commerce a threat to injure the person of another. Poehler, who was a member of the track and field team at Keene State College, was arrested on April 13th. And he essentially had to admit that he left this message. Well, he's up for a $200,000 bail, 5 years in prison if he's convicted, and a whole lot of other things because he essentially said, while he essentially was telling Matt Gaetz on that voicemail message that I hear what you're saying towards the anti-LGBTQ hatred, and I'm gonna, if I ever see you, I'm gonna pull a gun and blow your head off. It's like, while I don't love Matt Gaetz and I see the detriment that he is doing to the House of Representatives and the drama that he's causing, it's like, what is with the college students these days that they're going this extra mile to indict themselves like this? He just ruined his entire life. Almost not his entire life. There's a way around. I just think, I mean, we could talk about college students. You and I, Kodi, were talking offline earlier about college students right now, and we don't want to get too into it, about college students standing up for Hamas and
we definitely don't want to go there.
We don't want to go there, but it's like, what is going on with college students?
What is your relationship to a real college student right now? Because I don't have any.
I don't know I'm reading
in college.
I could date a couple of them if they. If I
not if they're like this.
Perverts.
Over 21
in
though.
A good way. No, the reason I say that is when I was in college, the Gulf War broke out. The first Gulf War.
Yeah.
And it destroyed my career, and I was angry. I was also an animal rights I have a minor in animal liberation, and I was a very big animal rights activist at that time. And I would go throw red paint on women's furs at Times Square at Neiman Marcus.
Oh, wow.
You did?
Because I was it's fucking college.
Okay,
that's
so
why I say
and Lincoln,
in the microscope of college, that's when you do these things.
And let me tell you what
so there's both sides.
And Lincoln, let me tell you what I did. So when I entered 1990. It was the first year UC Berkeley denounced Columbus Day, and I marched against my father's wishes. He was so mad at me for Indigenous Peoples Day. Well, now we're still celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day because Indigenous people were here all along. And in fact, New York just did a huge parade last week to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. Of course, we still celebrate Columbus Day. It's a national holiday. But that was my sort of rah, I'm standing up.
It
but
worked.
It was harmless. I didn't get on a phone and threaten a person in the House of Representatives.
Yeah, okay,
and now this guy's potentially going to jail for 5 years.
Scroll back down to his photo.
He's cute, and
They're
that's
both
sad.
white. No one's going to jail. Take a moment. Let's not get dramatic about this stupid case. Matt Gaetz is a fucking idiot. And I understand why someone would leave that message on his voicemail given what he's done.
Ooh,
and
I don't
given that we
know.
have
I think we're at a place.
President, like triple impeached, twice indicted president that is getting off with everything.
Yeah.
And someone can't stand up to a
Cody's getting
representative in our house
Yeah.
It's called the House of Representatives. They represent us.
Yeah.
Threatening to kill someone is never right.
Never
good.
right.
Nope.
And I think that's
Okay,
where we
so
advocate
what?
for that.
But
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Well,
Did he kill him?
I just think did
he kill him? No, he's still alive.
No, but
Threatening-
January 6th, but just one last point.
Yeah, go ahead.
January 6th showed that you can't do this anymore, and that's why so many people are being indicted and they're actually going to jail for this. So you
Not
can't do
quickly
this
enough.
kind of stuff. We've crossed a line from January 6th onward. We've been
wait
so
a minute.
divided.
It's two different points. I didn't say he wasn't
Responsible.
and has to follow the law afterwards.
Okay.
Did I say that?
No, I heard that. So what is what I heard?
No, I never said that.
Okay.
You're projecting that. Because what I said was
Okay.
he has the right to do it. He also has the right to be
consequences.
processed and go to prison and
everybody
pay
has
his
the right
fee.
to do it.
But again, it's two white people. It's not going to happen.
Cody, we got to get you into the mix.
I mean, Lincoln just said everything. Wow, I was not expecting that. No, that was great.
This is going to be a fun episode to edit.
Definitely. So
Let it play raw. No edits.
I do think that he probably could potentially mess up some of his future potential opportunities. But at the end of the day, like Lincoln said, he is a white man in America. And I do think that he will eventually be okay as far as all of those things are concerned.
Just look at the people that are being indicted for January 6th. They aren't all white. In fact, many of them are white. So
Yeah.
January 6th and this situation is very different.
threatening
There is a
the
gay
U.S. Congress
CEO
is
somewhere.
pretty similar to this.
There's a gay CEO somewhere that would hire that person and be like, I understood what you did.
Exactly. And also,
And tide is changing.
Okay, let's
and
take
you stood up, you did your time, you paid your fee. Let's move on.
let's
CEOs
recontextualize this really quick. If those January 6th people were black, how fast would they be in jail? How about that?
1,000%.
So quickly, it would turn your head. It would make my hair grow back. It would make all of the things that needed to happen quickly because
And you're not you've heard that in the news. People said that at the time. They were like, if these people were black, they would not be escorted out of House of
Yes, but
out
they
of the
are
house.
getting. Many of them are already doing time in jail,
no,
and they
I
are white.
understand
So
that.
it's happening.
It's repercussions. There are repercussions
Yeah,
for
and so
those
that's
people.
all
But
we're
not
saying
the
with this.
kind
Yeah.
of repercussions that would have happened if they were black.
for people of color.
Sure, absolutely. And I didn't know this was turning into a race conversation, but I agree.
Well,
if
you
they
can, we
were
can
black,
handle it. We're adults. We're
yeah,
men of a certain age. I hear you.
definitely. I just think.
Hey.
I just think that it's like, wow, college students crossing a line that the things that you had said earlier that you did as a college student, the things that I didn't get ourselves stuck in jail or
That doesn't matter. We still did
I'm
it.
glad we
Me
chose
too.
the
But
things
guess
we
what?
chose and are not in jail.
And I didn't do
This
any
guy
of those things
ruined.
when I was in
He's
college.
not in this college anymore. He has a potential $200,000 fine. He has a potential up to 5 years in prison. He has a record now. I mean, this is not
really
good.
stood up for that. He really stood up
Like
for that.
I said, I think that
I hope it was all worth it.
He's going to, like, threatening somebody's life is not okay. So I think we all agree on
Yes,
that.
that was my original point.
And I think that we all agree that he is going to have a harder time than if he did not threaten somebody's life. But is he going to have that hard of a time growing as time goes on? I don't think so.
And he was standing up for, in a drunken state, for LGBTQ rights, like telling Matt Gaetz, stop saying things against the LGBT community. So he was starting off on a good path.
Yeah.
It's just where it went awry was when you, like you said, when you threaten people, that's where you lose me altogether. And
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, because
you don't lose me altogether.
threatening people and
especially on an
with
answer machine.
threatening people
No, thank you.
and with a
When
gun.
there's a record.
I think
no.
Well, but again,
Don't do it.
you don't lose me all completely. That's what I focused on. You don't lose.
You lose
Matt
me.
Gaetz.
Like
is
any point
still,
you had.
Okay, great. You know what? Then we should reelect Matt Gaetz, and we should stand up for everything he believes in.
But
You're not going to do that. That's
but threatening
stupid.
his life is not.
Not threatening
Yeah.
his
It's
life
not
is completely
okay.
upward.
That's
And
what
I
we're
just-
talking. That's
I
what we're
do
talking
wanna-
about.
That is. I
But
know
that's what we're
talking
talking
about.
That's what.
The
where
other
we-
point I wanted to make, it's really great that Indigenous Peoples Day is what it is today. I just saw a story 2 weeks ago. Ringling Brothers, the greatest show on earth, just re-released. They're touring America without animals. So my activism worked as well. It works. And there is no answer to Hamas or Israel or Judaism right now. There is no answer. So, of course, our college students are going to be in the streets. And I hope in today's age, they're smart, they're responsible, they try not to get too much into trouble because it's fucking dangerous out there.
Yeah.
And I was out there. I was out there with ACT UP. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's
the
why I
things
think
we
what
did
you
in
did
ACT UP
was
in San
great.
Francisco were so risky and beyond this. So, but you should never challenge someone. You should never threaten to kill somebody.
And that's where we started
But
this
the point
conversation.
And I think that's the
it's
point.
still the point. It's still the point is we have to stand up. And
we have to
do
stand up,
something.
but not cross that line.
And don't threaten anybody's lives.
Nay. Okay.
Yes. Okay, we agree. We're good.
Good conversation, though. I love it. Okay. All right. And kind of a bonus moment here with all of us.
I'm excited about this.
If you're into Madonna on tour, celebration tour.
Or in any way, shape, or form. You can just be into Madonna. That's fine.
Lincoln, you had some things you wanted
But there's
to share.
spoilers. So if you don't want to know anything about the current
doesn't
state of
wanna
Madonna.
know?
No. Like I told you before, I've done some blackouts of Madonna social media. So I could see a concert with my own eyes and not the eyes of... I don't like spoilers.
Laura Mars.
I don't like spoilers. If anyone's ever watched... If you ever watched ER... I used to watch ER like a crazy person, and I got home one night, and I was so excited to see the ER final, and
Finale.
I hit play on my answering machine on 15th Street
And
in 9th
somebody
Avenue,
told you
and someone
that-
was like, "Can you believe she's under the bed with the knife?" And I went,
I've been one
the
of those people. I've been
entire
one of those
time I watched,
people.
I can't stand it. So if you're that person, don't listen to this. But Madonna launched the Celebration Tour, Stephen, and you and I have never looked at each other and talked about Madonna on microphone, so we're going to do that
Yes.
right now,
gonna
which
go
is
take a
actually
nap.
kind of fun. Is that cool? No, don't go away, Kodi.
And by the
You're
way,
referee.
should I get the bomber jacket? Because I really want it. It
So
looks
that'll connect to the
good.
that'll connect
I
to
want
the
the
story.
bomber jacket.
It's already gone. It's sold out.
Effing
2 days gone. So Madonna launched her concert in London a few days ago. She's done 2 shows so far. Is she doing one tonight? I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
The second show had some technical issues at the beginning, so they started late, and the show had to be cut because of the curfew in the UK.
Ugh.
And she's getting a lot of flack for starting late. And I said this before this concert started. If she starts 2 hours late and she sings in the grill, I don't want to see it a lot. Because I want her to start on time. It's my time.
Yeah.
If you take 2 hours to start a show, you have zapped any positive energy.
Okay,
to
but she hasn't
performing
done
a show.
that.
But she hasn't done it. But I see why people are upset, and I'm hoping she'll be on time-ish from here forward. Did you watch the concert at all online?
Yes, I watched 20 minutes of it that was leaked, and with her filmographers.
You don't have to.
And I am so excited to see all of it. I had to stop it, though, because I didn't want to know too much. It's one of those weird, crazy things that I get. I think she gets it, so she's putting out footage out there with great filmmakers that... And it's really proven well because Billboard, Variety, on and on and on.
The
reviews are amazing. And, you know, in a time of Taylor Swift and Beyonce and, is Madonna even going to be alive to do this concert? Well, no, because she had the health scare. And is this relevant anymore? And it's been postponed. I think she's proven with the reviews and what we've seen. She looks amazing. She sounds great. The tracks it's a celebration tour, just like it's called. And I'm more than excited to see it.
When's your first show?
Brooklyn.
The first night?
Yes.
Oh, I'm there too.
And then we'll see where else I see her. But
did you do Madison Square and get rescheduled or no?
No.
I did. So we're the first and second night of the rescheduled Madison Square Garden. When I saw Rebel Heart, I did a social media blackout, and I didn't watch anything until I showed up at the show. I did the same thing with Chromatica with Lady Gaga. I just wanted to see the show and then see all the things that happen when the first show happened.
How special do you think this tour is going to be?
Well, so I was at the bakery.
Here we go.
And
if you can hear what I hear.
Clicked on. Is it too loud?
No, it's like.
No, it's amazing.
It's intimate.
Okay, good.
You guys, we're going to put next time we're all going to be on a headset because when you hear ourselves, it's very intimate.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. So I was at the bakery and I clicked on a button that I saw stuff about the concert and I was like, I can't listen to it. And I turned it off and I put on what I wanted to listen to, and it wasn't that. It wasn't about the concert, and I felt like I was missing something. So I put it on, and I looked at my phone, and she did the opener, and I'm not going to spoil it because you haven't seen it, but the opener happens, and there's a lot of visual affirmation that she is the original queen of this genre.
Oh. I love it.
She is the original queen.
Oh, I know she is.
And that crown is like levitating, and she says, I think 10 words or 20 words of lyrics of a song that's amazing, and she gestures because of you, and she just looks at the audience, and my entire body turned into goosebumps, and I started crying so hard. I started crying so hard, and I went down the rabbit hole, and I started looking at live footage on Instagram and live footage on X and live footage on Facebook, and I'm a member of a lot.
I went down the rabbit hole too.
Oh my God!
It was hard not to. It was
hard
crazy
not to be,
and it's all so good.
Yeah, it just feels like I'm connected to the opening night of Wicked or the first night of Blonde Ambition, or when I first saw it on HBO.
Let's get unconscious,
It is great. So I was at the bakery.
That song.
I saw it, and I got such a thrill up my butt. And my employee at the bakery was DJing at the Soho House, and he put me and Peter and Melvin on the guest list at the Soho House. So we were able to go to the London Soho House, which I made it into a thing which no one else got at all, by the way. But I was like, it's London. She's opening in London. I'm going to Soho House. And because our Blonde Ambition bombers arrived about a week and a half ago, I was able to wear the jacket from the concert to the Soho House to pictures. Check my social media. We always talk about social media. Mad Lincoln. It was a live story. I don't know if it's it might turn into a real story.
I love it.
And I'm so excited she's back on tour, bumps and all. It's going to be awesome.
I'm so
and
excited.
It doesn't need to be compared to anything else because Madonna's a true original. She literally puts things out that connect into things that she has no idea they're going to, and they just happen. Just a fun fact. Have you seen the back of the Madame X album?
No.
It's a Corona typewriter.
Oh, right, because she's Madame X.
She was typing.
Yeah.
That whole album happened during Corona. Oh. But she printed and shot all that a year before.
Wow.
6 months before.
I love that.
Like, there's weird things about her.
Yeah. Oh, she's
really... Like,
really...
the fact that she's launching her tour a month late in the middle of what's going on in Israel and everything
and she's
there.
Very politically active.
Come on. It's her time. It's her time. So
I'm so excited.
Thank you for the Madonna moment.
No.
Which turns into, we were going to talk about Halloween costumes.
Yes.
So what is your Halloween costume this year? And what are you doing for Halloween?
So for Halloween, Kodi and I are going to be at the Vacaya Resort in Puerto Vallarta. We're super excited. We're going to be live with our show, Tags Live, on Wednesday, November 1st, which is Dia de los Muertos. So we're going to be in Dia de los Muertos makeup.
Yep.
But on Halloween, I've decided to be pop culture, a Ken doll, a blonde Ken doll. I'll show you my outfit before you go. But
Can't wait.
I'm going to be a killer Ken.
Okay.
And be scary.
So cute.
And with the knife and all
Killer
that.
Ken.
Killer
That's
Ken.
cool.
Cody's going to write. You have to write it.
I will write anything you need.
In
But
my
my
lipstick.
handwriting is horrible, though.
All right, we're getting another person there. But Kodi, I'm kind of excited about your costume. You are going throwback to what era?
To the 90s when The Fifth Element came out. I'm going to be Ruby Rod.
I love the Fifth Element.
Do you know Ruby Rod?
Of course I do. Are you
Oh
kidding
my
me?
God.
Amazing.
But I'm going to wear way less clothes. I'm just going to
course.
have
Good.
I'm just going to have on a leopard onesie and some boots and Ruby Rod hair. And
Do you have the hair? Like the penis-shaped
I
hair?
have the hair.
Okay, that's cool.
I am very
I'm
excited.
about that. And
Yeah.
Killer Ken. It's
Yeah.
good.
Killer Ken.
We're going to be the blondes, honestly.
We are going to be the blondes.
So,
Lincoln.
So we're supposed to go to the Suzanne Barsh party, but it's a Tuesday night, and I just changed my class at Jim U to 9 a.m. on Wednesday.
So too early to...
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that.
Come
but
on.
Saturday night, we're going over a home party in Manhattan.
Okay, so you
with
sleep in on Sunday.
with some of the most creative people I know.
okay.
Ooh.
They're really creative.
Okay. So then what are you going to be?
You know, it's going to be me and Peter.
Yeah.
And we're going to wear our combat boots from Mr. S that are all beat up.
Fab.
Black tights.
Okay.
That show like really great ass.
Yeah.
And both of our Madonna celebration bombers and go as Madonna dancers from the 90s.
What?
Come on. Now, if we can get the braid wigs, we'll both put on wigs and be men in beards with wigs. But I kind of want to shave and do the makeup, but it's not going to happen. But you never know. But I kind of like the Madonna. And on Halloween, we're going to be walking around Chelsea as the Madonna dancers.
What did she say for her opening concert of that tour? She's like, just wear the tights.
Right?
What did
That's
she
the
say?
scene we're going off of. I'm so excited
my
about
God,
that.
I love that. She's
just
like,
wear the tights.
She's like,
What?
you're just
And you're
wear-
concert-
So okay, it was opening night.
It's in the Truth or Dare movie,
it
which
was
I
like
need to buy.
Japan.
Okay.
And opening night, once again, opening nights are always crazy.
Yeah.
And it was pouring rain in Tokyo. And she had the whole outfits planned, but it was pouring rain on stage.
And
So she
there's
said, okay, she
photos-
told the dancers, she's like,
No, hang on.
Just wear
hang
the
on.
tights.
Hold
Okay.
it. Get ready to say
Okay,
that.
yeah.
And they show footage of like the stage people squeegeeing the stage to try and dry it.
Wow.
Like it's so wet.
and everyone looks to Madonna like,
and everyone's like,
what are we
"What
going
do
to
you
do?
do?" And then what did she say?
Just wear the tights and the bomber jacket, and it's a go.
And they did
And
the
it's- and
whole
she says
tour.
it almost like that.
They
too,
did the
like-
whole
and
tour.
it's like,
the show.
That's what you wear. That's your costume for tonight.
That is our
And
Halloween
it is
costume.
so like, okay, this is what touring is about. I get it. We're making it work.
Yeah.
This is our outfit for tonight. And Madonna said, it's the tights. And it's so dramatic, but like real. Like this is what really happens. And
That's why she's a queen.
I mean, okay.
She's a queen.
It's a good Halloween costume, though, right?
Yes. Oh my God, I love
Maybe
it.
we'll just make our hair wet. Like we'll douse ourselves with water and be like, we performed at the concert
have the
in Japan.
tights, we have the bomber.
tights, we have the bomber. So.
We're just here from
That's
Tokyo.
right.
And
what is
we're
your
just
problem?
And you know what you got to do is record like just record that when she says that, wear the tights thing, and just keep playing that on your phone.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna do that.
It's so dramatic.
It's so
and over the top, but it's so
dramatically
real.
lovely.
Like it's theater and it's
Yes.
everything.
Okay.
You guys, so much
This was fun. Thanks for
We
the
gotta-
Madonna moment
Yes.
and the Halloween costumes. Nice job.
As always, so much fun in studio. I
Yes.
love being with
Wow,
you
you know.
guys as the originals here. You can always follow Lincoln on Instagram. Follow him at the Protein Bakery. Follow it
Just at Protein
at
Bakery.
Protein Bakery. I know,
Sorry.
at Protein Bakery, or stop in on 19th Street at 7th Avenue, where you can actually
Dude,
get.
the pumpkins are in.
Oh, yeah. What's
Dude,
the treat?
we have pumpkin walnut blondies and pumpkin walnut chocolate chip cookies. You can order them online, or if you're in New York, stop by the shop.
Let's bring some to Mexico. We'll drop
Fab.
it in there.
Let's do it.
Or follow his personal
I'm
account.
coming to Mexico, right?
Oh yeah.
Isn't there a special
Protein
like I
Bakery
can
is.
come and bake a cookie with you guys and leave? Isn't that how it happens on The View? It's like a 1 episode thing. I'll come
Follow
in,
his personal
I'll hit it.
account at Mad Lincoln, or follow Kodi, our other co-host. He's a life coach. Follow him at KMD Coaching, or his personal account at Mr. Maurice. Follow me on the gram. I am _Steve V. And in the meantime, continue having
Hot gay
sex.